Welcome back to another episode of Try Before We Die, the whiskey review show where we don't know what we're drinking, but we'll tell you. I'm going to tell you what I'm thinking. What is going on with you over there?
Hey, wardrobe said I needed to dress up a little bit more.
All right, well,
And they said something about like Scotland, wear some tarn, so they hooked me up.
Try Before We Die. Let's see what we're drinking today, Malcolm.
Go for
It
it.
is a really nice look for you.
You know,
I love it. Any guess? Too late.
oh, you made me crying.
I hope 66 means something to all of us. There's
No,
a
I
story
wasn't
there.
gonna go there.
There's a story there. 15, 30, 45, 60, 64. I'm not crying. It's not bad. Just again, we come close to the edition series of Macallan with these numbers. 15, 30, 45, 60, 64, 66. Yep, 66. There are 75 behind me. We're at bottle 66. We are in your region,
Speyside.
I love
Oh, really?
Speyside.
Yeah.
We are in a Glen Moray.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we are in an Elgin Classic. So this is interesting, and I have some hope, meaning that I look forward to a sherry cask finish.
Okay.
Yep. So this is the Glen Moray no age statement sherry cask finish, coming in at 40% ABV. Let's get it open. That's how we do it here on Try Before We Die. Doesn't matter which bottle we pick. It's picked. It's opened.
Now, did we, one of the earliest episodes, was that the 10?
We did a port finish, and I think we did do another one. Maybe. No, the 10 is down here.
Okay.
We definitely did at least the port finish, and I feel like we may have done one more.
Well, maybe we just drank one. I don't know.
Really?
They're
We
all
would do
blurs.
that?
They're all blurs.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah. That's lively.
That was just jumped
And
right
I want
out.
to,
it jumped
working
right
on,
out.
working on bringing expanding this.
that could
that
have-
just was just lively.
That could have
been.
gone like this.
Someone could have hurt themselves.
Yep, but I don't want to prove it and lose the cork. All right, the Glen Moray, the sherry finish, no age statement, coming in at 40%.
Now, do they bottle theirs in something that looks like they're
Still?
Still?
Well, let's get it poured and
All right.
corked.
Ooh.
It's talking back.
What it was saying was pour me more. I like that. But I'll never get that glass because you'll grab it first.
Yep. All right, so Mal, you asked a question about the bottle shape, and
It's very unique.
Is it reflective of one of their stills? Like, I don't know where the old Pulteney's are. They've moved. Like
Okay.
the old Pulteney's,
Yes.
right, for sure. So I don't know the answer, but let's take a look here. The Glen Moray Distillery has been producing single malt since the 19th century from Elgin, the capital of Speyside, the most famous whiskey region. The craft of producing this elegant and well-rounded single malt has been passed from generation to generation, blah, blah, blah. Double matured, selected from the finest American oak barrels and finished in Oloroso casks, specifically selected by our master distiller for the world-famous Jerez sherry producing region of Spain. So we're not getting a lot of information, but we know it's an Oloroso versus Amontillado or some other sherries that are out there, PX, Pedro Jimenez. So we have Oloroso sherry. I see a little bit of that red in the bigger bottle here, the bigger pour. It is not just this classic bottle. It has some shape. I do like this little indent and then this rounding up. Yep, it's nice.
Almost like a light bulb.
As I check some of the other Glen Morays, this is not unique to this. This is their bottle shape. Yep.
And the Elgin, we've crossed that name before.
Yeah, they have the Elgin Classics. So this is the Elgin Classic. It's part of their series of finishes. There's another one. I think the port was part of the Elgin Classics
that's-
range
okay,
as well.
yes.
So that's
Okay, so it
one of
wasn't just
their
making up.
series of releases.
Okay.
Is the Elgin Classics.
So I had a feeling it was like, oh, did we just do this one? And like,
Yeah.
no, okay, no, that's right. The port finish had that as well.
Glen Morays are often known and thought of as a very light floral whiskey that you would have midday with lunch or a salad.
Yes.
And they actually tried to break into a market share. And somebody might declare this is a sexist idea, but how do you attract the women or the ladies to have whiskey with their lunch? And so they started really going after light floral lunchtime
mellow.
whiskeys. Yeah, yeah. Sherry Cask, Oloroso, American Bourbon Oak. There's something auburn about this whiskey in color. Do you know what auburn is?
It's a reddish brown.
Yeah, yeah. Do you see it?
Again, and I hate to keep saying this,
Don't. If you say the word light,
but I have a hard time picking out your Auburn. I just don't have it there. I give this more of like a medium gold.
yeah, it just has some. What about an early rust?
You've been doing some reading? Early rust? Early rust.
Early rust,
So not quite rust.
not rusty. Rusty.
Early rust.
Yes.
No, I'm going to stick with like a medium gold. I don't see the real red in
Yeah,
this.
yeah. I've got some auburn. Do you see the red here?
That I do.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
That I do, without doubt.
All right. Should
We'll
we
take a
see?
whiff?
Should we see what it smells like?
Want to take a whiff?
Yeah, I do. I love Sherry Cask. I wanted to say something piney. Alcohol, pine.
I'm thinking more candied.
You're getting sweet.
Yeah.
I can find something sweet, which only makes sense with the sherry cask, but I really do pick up on some alcohol and some pine.
I'm struggling with that pine.
Yeah. And the pine seems to be okay for me. I mean, there's nothing that I'm rejecting any of this.
Now, when you say pine, do you mean like the pine, like in a pine sol? You get that.
Oh, so that's
Clean?
interesting. So I was thinking about the tree, but pine saw. That's interesting because if I was to think about the pine and the alcohol, that might be pine saw.
So now I'm sort of seeing where you're coming from, because I'm wondering where you're getting this pine from, because it does. But I can.
It's crisp, and so I was starting to think of like a tree but
Maybe
but
crisp,
with-
clean.
Yeah, but with the alcohol, this might be pine sol. This could be like a scented cleaner.
But I definitely get some sweet.
Yeah, I'm getting, now that the cap is off and it's breathing, I am getting that sweetness.
Not overpowering.
Yeah, must be a product of the Oloroso cask, and of course the American bourbon.
Very pleasant.
Sure.
Almost to the point where I could say it was maybe flowery.
Right, at that 40%, it's not punching you in the face with anything, heavy duty. I like this sweet pine sol. I like that. I like this idea of a cleaner, a sweet cleaner.
Yeah. And I don't really take anything. I can't get anything else off that.
All right, should we see what it tastes like? It's holding. It really does have some legs.
Yep. I could just see that right there. And they're big.
Yeah,
big.
they are. They are like the Tears of a Clown. Isn't that a song?
Smokey Robinson.
Yeah,
Classic.
yeah. These are tears of a clown, just rolling down these big tears. All right. The Glen Moray Sherry Cask finish coming in at 40%. All right. First off, it's very brief.
Yep.
Very brief. it feels like the entire whiskey experience is the middle, right? Not a lot in the front, not a lot in the back, very compact in the middle. It's got something light and refreshing happening in the middle, and it ends.
And it's like medium, back, and the front. If you were to take how long it tastes, medium, back, front.
Yeah.
And the odd thing is I don't really feel like it's coating my mouth as much as I was expecting it to.
Right. The mouthfeel, the oil isn't. It's all on the glass, not in the mouth.
Yeah.
If I was rating front, middle, and back, I got light, medium, light. Light front, medium middle, light back.
Agreed.
Right. There's something refreshing about it. It really does seem to be part of the Glen Moray style.
Yes.
Of this light, refreshing afternoon whiskey. Sherry cask finish.
Has that classic sherry cask.
I will bet you $1.
You got $1
6 months or less in a sherry cask sherry cask.
That's interesting. You're actually going to put your $1, big spender,
I think
on
my
6
numbers
months.
are on the back. Yeah.
And why are you going to say 6 months?
It is very lightly influenced by sherry. This is not a sherry bomb.
Okay.
This is a Booned. This is not a sherry bomb. This is not dark coloration.
Okay.
It is darker than a Glen Moray Speyside classic example. 6 months or less in a sherry cask.
So a hint of sherry.
Just a little bit of time. You like a rare steak, I like a rare tuna steak. Sometimes we've at restaurants said, how would you like it cooked? Well, if you could just walk it past the grill, show it what a grill looks like, and then put it on my plate.
There's one person that does that.
This has been, that's how I do my tuna, right? This has been shown a sherry cask.
I can't deny that.
Yep.
So I'm not going to take that $1 from you because I would probably lose on this, especially if I put the stakes a little bit higher.
Yep.
I can't disagree with you in the fact that I'm not getting as much sherry, but it has a classic sherry finish.
And a classic Glen Moray profile.
Yes.
Yeah.
Light, easy going, easy on the palate. Something you would do at lunchtime. Mm-hmm. Something you do like sometime early afternoon.
We don't do this very often, but I'm going to say something controversial. This is better than the port finish. From Glen Moray.
That's interesting.
I'm enjoying this sherry cask more than I enjoyed the port finish, which I liked. I felt that was a little immature, not quite ready. This.
So I'm going to throw this back at you.
Okay.
If you're going to play that game, at some stage, then what we should do is do a face-off.
Do a side-by-side.
Because I can't say that with an honest face. Because I can't really recall why I would say this one was better than... Because I consider the Glen Moray just easygoing. They're not pretentious. They just produce something that is flavorful and just easygoing. Not going to test you.
I think I just got some information from our crack research team. Okay, am I to hear correctly that we are at 8 months in a sherry cask?
So you're wrong.
But pretty darn close.
I'll take that $1. Six. Okay, so you are
right,
and it's a great deduction on your part to say, hey, look, this has not spent an exorbitant amount of time in a sherry cask.
Yes, that seemed obvious.
Almost like you had that information ahead of time.
But if I'm wrong just by a little bit, it won't quite look that way.
No,
we don't do that. We don't do that. Yeah,
cool.
This has just spent a little time in a sherry cask. That seemed clear. Kudos to the research team for getting us some immediate information.
Your pledge name will now be Sherlock.
Okay, Flounder. We hope somebody got that out there. Okay, the Glen Moray no age statement, sherry cask finish, coming in with classic Glen Moray profiles with just a hint of that sherry finish. It's light, it's refreshing, a little bit of pine sol cleaner on the nose, no pine sol cleaner in the mouth. Nice whiskey.
Yeah, very nice.
Let's see what the crew has for us. I'm gonna need you to read this.
To the kisses we snatched. Vice versa. Vice versa. Where do we get these people from?
I don't know.
Cheers.
It's their research that keeps them employed. It's their research. The Glen Moray.
Yes, that's
All right.
excellent.
I'm thrilled that they were able to come up and find this answer about it was 8 months in a sherry cask, right? We know that the whiskey had to age at least 3 years to be a single malt, right? And again, the likelihood of there being whiskey in here 5 and 10 years and some being 3 years, that's very high. But then to take that vat and just age it just for a little while in the sherry.
And did you say this was a no age?
Yes, yeah. It just seems so obvious to be the sherry cask finish and at the same time be mid-afternoon, salad, lunch, whiskey. You wouldn't do that with a sherry bomb.
So if you hazard, for I guess, right? How long do you think? Do you think this is very young?
Well, I think this is my bet. I bet we have some 10-year-old, some 5-year-old, some 3-year-old put together, maybe a barrel of 12 all vatted together of Glen Moray put together, aged for 8 months, it turns out, in a sherry cask and put into these bottles.
Interesting.
They found their profile and they found their subtle sherry influence.
And it really is. I mean, it's very subtle.
It's a nice whiskey.
And it really is a nice whiskey.